talk about the Batman Part 2, what we can expect, what we know, and what's being speculated. So much is floating around. Matt Reeves is building something special, and there's so much to look forward to. It's been confirmed that obviously the Penguin Oz is going to return for the Batman Part 2, but more recently we got confirmation that it's only going to be about 5 or 6 scenes, which obviously leads me to believe that he is not going to be the big bad of the Batman Part 2. In come the Court of Owls, which has been the most speculated and the most rumored big bad of the Batman Part 2. People even speculating that when Oz walks around the courtroom in the Penguin finale, these little things behind him kind of look like owls, which obviously sent Twitter into a frenzy, and people are fully expecting it to be the Court of Owls in the Batman Part 2, which I would absolutely love. There's even speculation floating around that Bella Real, Mayor-elect Bella Real, is a member of the Court of Owls, which would add such an interesting level of political dynamic within this universe. Not that we already don't have that, but imagine if the Mayor-elect were a member of this underground crime organization that's running Gotham City. Another speculation, and this isn't really story related, it's more so vibe and aesthetic, but we know that the Batman Part 2 takes place a week after the events of the Penguin, which is leading us into the winter months. So there's so much of this beautiful concept art floating around that we're going to have a winter vibed Gotham, which I would adore. Nothing cooler than Batman in the winter. Now, what we can kind of expect, remember in the Batman, Commissioner Pete Savage, he obviously died, which means Jim Gordon is most likely going to step up and be Commissioner Gordon going forward. We also know this dumb district attorney got blown to smithereens, which opens the door for Harvey Dent to walk in and kind of establish himself in this universe. And I think that is the big casting news that we're all kind of looking forward, assuming that Harvey Dent does make an appearance in the Batman Part 2. But with the seat of the district attorney open, you kind of expect him to. It has not 100% been confirmed, but you can kind of expect Sophia to return in the Batman Part 2, especially after that finale in which she received a letter from her half-sister Selina Kyle. And that is a dynamic I am so absolutely excited to watch unfold, especially when you throw Batman into the mix. That's going to be a fun trio. We absolutely cannot forget Barry's Joker, seen very briefly at the end of the Batman Part 1, as well as the extended 5-minute deleted scene. I don't think he shows up in the Batman Part 2. Maybe he shows up bits and pieces, but I do think Matt Reeves is going to hold off on introducing him as like the main big bad until the Batman Part 3. Speculations floating around that we might get a Joker limited series prior to his full introduction into the movies. Nothing's confirmed, but I don't think we see him in the Part 2 to the extent that we may be expecting. That's kind of everything we know and everything that's being speculated right now. And I'm very fucking excited for this movie, and I can't believe I have to wait 1.5 to 2 years.